Alright, gang, welcome back. I know it was a bit of a short break, but given our time stuff going on today, our teams are ready, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm sorry, I know the text is not updated yet, but we got Urzap for repping Team 1, for our ice here, and then we got Sadie, who is representing Team 2. And
Woo!
yeah, sorry, I'm just updating. We can do this technically during the actual thing, it's fine. But
Oh, there's an
runners,
extra E there.
you guys, I know, yeah. If you guys are, and I'll update the comms and stuff, but if you guys are all set, then, I'm gonna do like 3, 2, 1, like go. And so, yeah, we're all set. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
When Chantal told me you were just a young thing, well, I thought
Alright.
you were
All right,
And I will
here we
continue to
go.
update the stuff. Go ahead and start yapping.
All right. So Sadie just told me that she's muting herself for the entire run, and I thought we were gonna do this together. So I'm winging it.
Okay, I can help.
We have something very important that Sadie and I would like to tell all of you from the bottom of our hearts. Very personal and dear to us. Join our zine.
What is a zine?
A zine, a fanzine, is a fan-made project that features art and writing in a little booklet. But this one's not going to be a physical booklet this year. It's for the Speedathon. First ever zine.
What an announcement! How exciting! Woo!
And it's we're already halfway through contributor app season, which is only 2 weeks. But oh my god, we've gotten a lot of our guest contributors confirmed, and that is so exciting. And I've been looking through the applications, and oh my god, there's so many y'all. This zine is gonna be so good. I can't swear. I'm still saving my crap from yesterday. Oh, I guess maybe I just said it. Yeah, Momo told me I could have 1 crap. I guess I just said it twice. Oopsie toopsies. I'm
Practice
saying
PG, we're
that.
good. So where can one fill out the zine?
That is a great question. I should have pulled that up before we started.
Oh no, you're fine. We were all just so excited about the zine that we were ready.
All right. I'll get our Tumblr post because I feel like that has like the most links and stuff on it. Because Twitter just started nuking you from orbit if you try to post links anymore.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. It's in the chat. We have an info dog for people who are thinking about applying or just like to snoop. And then the application link as well. If you do anything that can be put in a PDF, you can apply. Literally anything.
Perfect.
I'm snooping through our list of guest contributors, and I don't know if we can announce any yet, but we got, this one really good artist that we're thinking about for the cover. We got this really cool watercolor artist who's accepted. Oh man, there's so many good artists. I don't know what else to say besides, this great artist. This other great artist. Oh, we also got Carol. Any Carol fans in the chat? Cryptid author Carol.
I think another great thing to say is, even while hearing that there are so many great great artists and stuff. Don't let that intimidate you from applying and stuff. I think it's a great chance to join the community and flex your creative muscles and just be a part of something that's going to be really really cool. So
Yes.
definitely click those links, apply. I'm going to apply myself.
Yeah. Guest contributors for people who aren't familiar with Zine, guest contributors are people who are specifically invited by the mods of the Zine. So like they don't take slots away from applicants.
So I see on here it says the portfolio. So what are, again, I'm still learning about zines. Is zines just art, or is it writing, or is it what kind of things can I submit, or what are you kind of looking for with the portfolio?
Zines vary based on like what the mod team for any individual project wants. We're pretty open, like any kind of art or writing that can be put in a PDF. So like if like traditional artists and anything that can be taken pictures of or scanned so that it looks nice enough in a PDF, that can definitely be submitted. For writers, literally anything. We're so like honestly, I really like some recipes in this one. I don't know if any.
That would be so cool.
I know. I don't think anyone's applied with any recipes yet. So I don't know,
Did
just
you
putting that out
guys?
there.
I mean, a perfect time to talk about recipes when we're watching the White Wolf of Bicycle Creek play. I don't
True.
know if in the speed run they're going to be doing it, but you work as the cook, and I'll tell you what, the PNGs or the photos they did for those foods, it always got me hungry.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, JCat. I can't remember who it was who said that, but yeah, I heard someone was going to apply with recipes.
Did you guys ever read for Nancy Drew lovers who also were readers? There is a mystery novel that started in like the 2000s. That is called Hannah something, but it was like the chocolate chip cookie murders or whatever, and it was a series of this small town baker who would solve mysteries. They're really cute, like cozy novels, and in them there are recipes. So they're like, the first one has like a bunch of different cookie recipes, and so it very much gives those same vibes, and I love them. And so I think that's really cool that you guys are doing that for designs.
Ooh. Well, if no one applies with recipes, I don't know if we'll have any. The mods will be doing pieces, but it's not pitch time yet. The thing about zines, generally for most zines, including ours, you are supposed to make something specifically for the zine. You're pitching a project, so like suggesting like a prompt, like a writing prompt, or like showing a little like sketch or thumbnail of what you want to draw. And then like the speedathon, we're trying to get representation across the game so that like I don't know if we'll say like no two people can have the same game, but like probably not. Certainly no three people.
Yes.
So yes,
Mm-hmm.
if you're thinking of pitches, think specific games. And especially if you've been in the speedathon before, I would consider applying to the zine and not applying to the speedathon. Because if last year's speedathon applications are anything to go by, there's going to be a lot of new people again this year. So things are looking slightly grim for longtime speedathoners who want to speedathon.
Well, everyone, if you're interested, apply for the zine. It sounds like a fantastic opportunity, and I appreciate you guys talking about it and putting it together. And it's going to be really cool to see how that all turns out. And yeah, thank you for talking about it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm super hyped. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me or Sadie. Definitely don't ask Sadie during the run though. So an email address ndspeedathonzine@gmail.com. But yes, please apply with recipes. I can't cook. Someone needs to do it.
Well, going back to the speedathon, this is actually it's very, very close. I had said earlier, I wanted to talk about specifically for this game. The reason why I wanted to talk about White Wolf Bicycle Creek was this was actually my first intro to Nancy Drew. I grew up right next to my neighbors. Of course, they're my neighbors, but I would go over there, and I remember I would always run across their yard, and I would knock on their door. And one day they were playing this computer game out there, like this was back in the time of there was like a family computer, so they were playing it, and I got sucked in. And I'm someone who I love dogs, so the aspect of the white wolf I was just so intrigued by. And I've still loved this game ever since. I think it's such a fun, cozy game, and was really excited to see how you're supposed to speed run this because I've only ever played it casually.
I think
This run is such a run.
Have you run it?
So I don't know. I think it might be a close second to Phantom of Venice for like runs that are usually considered the worst or like the most intimidating.
It's really funny because my other favorite game, my favorite games are apparently the ones that are terrible to speedrun, which thank God, because I had made a principle that I said I was never going to speedrun any of the games that I loved. And thank God that I made that call because apparently they are just the worst to run.
I have such mixed feelings about this game. I would never run it though. I stick to my Shattered Medallion. I don't have the constitution for it.
Throwing out some D&D terms.
It takes a certain kind of person. It takes an Ursap, a Sadie, a Yandema, a Galen. I mean, literally anyone could speedrun. I don't mean to like disencourage.
You were saying it's not for the ill-hearted.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Faint of heart, that's the word.
Have experience. You just have to have the grit. I mean, primarily you have to want to, which is where I really fall short. As long as you've got that, you can do anything.
Ill-hearted, yeah, I know. I think.
No, but you mentioned that.
Oh, I made such a little hiccup in what I just said that even the Nancy Drew Races account has made fun of me in chat.
I keep asking her how she manages to stay warm all day, but she won't. Says she's got a secret.
Who was your favorite character?
She's something.
Wait, what?
I like that Steve is not even like
I didn't really want to go anywhere until
negging us through the microphone. He went all the way to Twitch chat to do it.
Oh my god, well it's easier than me having to unmute both my things and just, you guys are doing great, so I'm not gonna interrupt. I can't interrupt perfection.
You want me to check it out?
Thank you.
True. You've redeemed yourself.
Who's your guys's, and this is also a question to chat, if you have played White Wolf of Bicycle Creek, who is your favorite character in White Wolf of Bicycle Creek?
It used to be, what's his face, the art student.
Lou?
Yeah, but I don't know. His vibes are a little weird.
Correct answer, it is ISIS.
So, we done here?
I think I like Freddy.
I even when I first played, I couldn't stand Freddy's voice.
Excellent job on the snow shoveling.
I like Freddy too.
We had ourselves one fine time out there because of you, especially.
Type 1 in chat if ISIS is your favorite character in this game.
Of margins, yeah. Which is why now
One's in chat for ISIS.
One and ice for chat. Oh my god. I need another cup of coffee. Eel-hearted. One and ice for chat.
That
I
was
need some
baby.
competition, so I want you to go out there and try to catch
I
a
think the
big
book
fish.
series that was
Two?
mentioned
Oh hell
earlier
yeah.
Catch a 2-foot
is the
moving
Hannah
fish.
Sweeney series by Joanna Fluke. I think that's
Thank you. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So what do you
okay.
say, kiddo?
Cool. I'm a
Yes.
librarian and I pulled that out.
Meeting
Woo!
requests have
Oh,
Atta girl.
I love that.
policy check.
I applied for a librarian job, but they would not let me, and that you need a lot of skills, which I totally understand, but made me a little bit sad.
Yeah, I have a master's degree, so that's the only reason I have a job.
Mm-hmm. Thank your local librarian, and
The
go apply for a
overlap,
library card.
the overlap between Nancy Drew fans and librarians is so like
Yes,
so
very much
strong.
so.
There is
But that would
so
make
many
Nancy so
librarians.
happy.
Yes, it is necessary for a librarian. Yep.
When is the Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon run?
Let me look. Do.
The problem isn't that I don't have a master's degree, it's that I don't have the master's degree in what you need to be a
In library science, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's tomorrow, looks like.
Gotcha.
Yeah, last train 11:40 a.m. tomorrow, EST.
11:40 a.m. That might as well be 5 a.m. for me.
Yeah, it's not even the first game either.
I know.
Oh my
I'm
god.
commentating the first 3. It's gonna be early. Last Train, I think, is also one of the ones that are longer speed runs. There's something about this era of the games that's just they have way longer runs.
Yes.
For me personally, I know someone said this. Yes, no, that might have been actually my own stream, but I personally love. When do you guys think was like the prime era, maybe for you, for the Nancy Drew games? Like your favorite?
I would say the answer that I think most people are gonna say, which is like the first 11, 12. I personally like the really awkward early era, but I do really like the first golden era and like the early UI change games.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, Shadow Ranch and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get really cold.
I really liked it. I think it's because it was again. The moment after I played this with my neighbor and came in and played Icicle Creek, I played every game as they came out with them year after till
out here.
and we stopped at C because when we were getting older and moving away to college and stuff, and 2, I refused to touch any game after that. That's a personal thing. But I really loved Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon through Venice. Haunting of Castamouille has grown on me. After speedrunning it, I really hated that game when I first played it. But I really liked that era. Someone I was talking to called it the dark era. The dark age of Nancy Drew, or the dark era.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Oh, get away from me.
No.
I don't know if that you meant like aesthetically or just you didn't like them.
I just meant there's 3 games in a row that I don't particularly like. Actually, 4. Count Waverly.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dark Age for me was like the late 20s, early 30s games, except for Med, which is I'm aware of how controversial an opinion this is, but it's just like I love Med, and then there's all those other games around it.
After Trail of the Twister, I don't really think I liked any of the games after that as much. But going back to the speedrun, we are who is this? Is this Irispion? Yep. We're doing the thing I was talking about earlier with the nice food. I loved this. I don't know how they did this. I think it's just photos. but it
Order up.
always looked so
Order up.
good.
Order up.
I wonder if there's a lot of RNG for this.
Order up.
And maybe someone can tell me who has done the run
The food?
for the food.
Not sure. I haven't run this. JCat in the chat. Do you know?
JCat has
JCat,
blocked that from her
paging
memories.
JCat.
She's not gonna know. She blocked it from her memories apparently.
I mean, that's true. We wanted you to know if the food is RNG in ice. If you remember, which I know you may not.
Mm.
Yes.
I think the ideal scenario is you get all quesadillas.
Partial
I'm
RNG.
starting to
Makes
get
sense.
Ursapons is very RNG. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, Ursap is the one running, so I'm right now. So I trust his knowledge.
I mean, Ursap's not as bad as Yandema, but like the chatting in the Twitch chat during the run.
I know, yeah. Which for me, it takes all my brain power just to do the run, and I've seen them both be
Yeah.
actively chatting in there, which is just absolutely hysterical.
Well,
I
we
can
had
do it in Meg because like there's those long cutscenes.
What luck, dude!
Oh,
Oh my god,
what a
what
win
luck!
for Team 1.
First
Wow.
one after one reload. That's crazy.
Ice ball to the face is karma.
Yeah, that RNG for the fish was chef's kiss.
It reminds me of, I think it was on Sadie's stream where that happened. She was singing Under the Sea, and she got it on first try, and she's like, that's all you need to do.
Like singing to the sheep, right?
Yeah, like how you sing to the sheep, exactly.
A coat. I need to make it to shore by jumping from ice floe to ice floe and put on that coat before I freeze to death.
I've never understood this puzzle. This is where I think the speedrunning would absolutely drive me crazy. Apparently there's a method to this, and it's not super bad once you get the hang of it. But I remember just dying to this multiple times growing up.
Oh wow, look at that skill.
Crazy skill.
It was really cold. That's finished.
Team
A
1
lot
is
of hamburgers on Sadie's run. She's got this.
Team 1 is currently in the lead for this segment. Celeb.
Still need to do that. Can't check that off yet.
And the race is currently tied at 2 segments apiece for Team 1 and Team 2.
I'm very interested by I don't know if it's for running this game, but I've never tried the method of touching the junior like the checklist.
Yeah, apparently it
During my
cancels some
speedrun.
dialogue.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. When I was younger, and you think one day you're gonna have money and have businesses and stuff, I thought to myself, if I ever made it big and I had the money, I'm gonna open up inspired Nancy Drew locations exactly like they are in the game. In my head, thinking that was gonna generate a lot of revenue.
Sure.
It wouldn't. So, one was the Icicle Creek Lodge. The other one that is very odd, that for some reason I was like, yes, that would generate money, is the Crystal Skull House in Cemetery, and I was like, that will take a lot
Wow,
of
first try fishing for Team 2.
For
First try.
both, round of applause. What great luck for these speed runs.
Yeah, wow, that was even slightly better than Ursap's. Yep.
Someone needs to unmute. We need to go back and unmute them both. Was Sadie singing? Did it work?
Nothing else to report.
Sadie, if you're in chat and you can hear me, were you singing Under the Sea? If not, just lie.
He said yes.
During your practices, she was like singing different Disney songs. It was so funny, and it worked somehow.
What's your guys' favorite Disney character? There's a correct answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Vanellope. She's just
Oh,
cool.
okay. You know what? That's a good answer. Someone says Winnie the Pooh. These are both wrong so far, but I'll allow them.
I love Wreck-It Ralph. That's my favorite Disney movie.
Cinderella.
Dylan with the hunky.
Who is named the Tino Balducci?
Mr. Balducci. In
Bill
fact,
Duchy?
Tino
Is somebody?
is still in law
That's so
enforcement,
funny, Moana.
considering some of the
Meg,
unbelievable
Rapunzel.
stunts you pulled back then.
If I had the power, I'd absolutely make them on. The genie, good answers. These are all still wrong.
Rapunzel, great answer. Love Tangled. I would put Flynn up there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Flynn is probably mine.
Unfortunately, I really
Eugene.
Eugene, yes.
Yzma's a great answer.
Is
I need
Yzma
to
the correct
rewatch
answer?
The Emperor's New Groove.
Okay.
He's not the correct answer. I will give this hint. It's one of the original 5 characters.
Okay, I wondered about that.
Yeah.
Donald.
No.
Aw. Out of the 5, I like Donald, but guess that's not the correct one.
Not Goofy. Goofy was my second favorite growing up. I called him Goosey.
Goosey.
Not Mickey. I'm really afraid people aren't going to consider it Snow White. No. I'm really afraid that people. Remy from Ratatouille, absolutely one of my favorite from the 1920s. Pluto is the next correct answer. Round of applause for Dylan. Pluto is the correct answer.
I was wondering if you were going for the dog. The pet dog.
You're really noticing a trend. I grew up with an average of 3 to 4 dogs in my home at a time.
As it should be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm unable to show, but I have a ginormous Pluto plushie. Thank you for the clapping. Pluto collection next to me.
But you've been there, done that.
All right, bringing it back to Nancy Drew. Who do you think would Nancy's favorite Disney character be?
Basil. The Great Mouse Detective.
I literally was gonna say it. Now that I'm thinking about it, the movie's got to be The Great Mouse Detective.
I have no idea, so I'm just gonna second that.
Yes, to the display case. What is
Did you ever watch The Great Mouse Detective?
I don't think so. I think I'm thinking of The Rescuers. I didn't watch The Great Mouse.
I can understand maybe the confusion there.
They're both mice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Basil the Great Mouse Detective is based on Sherlock Holmes. He dresses like him and everything, so he's like the mouse Sherlock Holmes.
This is so unfortunate that in this run, because you already know the solution to the snowshoes, that you don't get going to Lou's room and going, "Yo, Nancy, the maid, what are you doing with my snowshoes?"
True confessions, I've never seen that scene in my life. During a playthrough, I've only seen other people do it. I was like, "What? You can do that?"
Apparently, you were one of them good players where you were doing the right moral things. Nothing makes me more mad than in, for example, Trail of the Twister, where you're like, he's not there, and you're like, "Let me take a picture of pennies," and Nancy's like, "I can't do that." We absolutely can, Nancy. He is not here.
Hey Anna, you'll love to know that we do steal the gummy bears from Ryan in the Deadly Device route.
Okay, but Ryan's such a good person. But I understand.
Good luck with your
And she's like, "Sorry, Ryan.
I do like that though.
Sorry, Ryan. I'm gonna have to commandeer these bears." Yeah, because we tell her we're gonna go get her Victor's candy, and then she leaves and we steal her bears. It's kind of mean.
Actually, I take back my earlier thing. I did love Deadly Device. That was one of the games later that I really enjoyed. It was a difficult game, but I really enjoyed it.
As a former engineering major, the Deadly Device was too traumatic for me.
Oh no.
It's totally fair. What specifically were you focusing on in engineering?
It was actually entertainment engineering, which is not a major that exists at any other school other than my former one.
Hello?
Yeah, I wasn't
Is
cut
anyone
out
here?
for it. If
Doesn't sound like it.
I understand the appeal.
The rest of my can't
you
shut
need
that
to,
off yet.
if you don't instantly understand physics, you're never gonna
Still
understand
need to do that.
physics. Like, that's not true for most things, but it's true for physics. It
That
takes a
is
certain
true.
kind of person.
Yeah.
This indentation looks just like the one on
In
the
regards to Nancy's favorite Disney character, are we limiting it to movies or including TV?
I will allow TV.
Someone said Merida, which I think probably would be a good female character.
Yeah, I think she would like Merida. As a current comp sci major, D scratches my brain. I admire you for doing comp sci. I'm jealous. I wish I had the brain for comp sci. Computer science for me is literally like learning a language because it is.
Oh yeah, it is. Multiple languages usually.
Mm-hmm.
And someone else earlier said Belle possibly for Nancy's favorite character.
I could see that, yeah.
Warm again.
Yeah, she's my favorite Disney princess. So yeah, I could see it.
Luckily, I had a terrible high school physics teacher, so I had no interest of it in college.
You're so lucky. I lost so many years of my life to college physics.
Oh no. There's a suggestion for Ariel as well.
Oh, Gravity Falls reference in the chat. Oh man. You can't get me started on Gravity Falls. I'll never stop.
One of these washcloths.
Dipper Pines.
Nancy would kind of be like that though. Like no tact, can't. The thing is, Dipper can't talk to girls, but Nancy can't talk to anyone.
So, JK, we won't. I want to say this because I also don't want to talk about D&D a lot in the Ice Run because I accidentally started that. But so my neighbor, when we were playing it, we invited over her mom who was in school for it, and apparently like the puzzle is upside down and stuff a little bit, so there's a reason why it's like really hard to understand. But yeah, they really just threw. I always appreciate the developers just constantly threw us players under the bus, and it's like they'll figure it out.
Oh my gosh, Dylan. Why would you do that? In Texas, they combined physics and chemistry into one
That
class.
sounds like Texas.
What?
Sounds like Texas.
Check.
That no.
That was so deeply upsetting to read.
The spin there.
Oh, Medio had that too? Oh my gosh.
Chemistry and physics are both hard enough. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I
like
earth
the
science.
very beginning aspect of chemistry, but then you had to do those equations for chemistry, and I was out.
I did okay in chemistry, but I never really understood it, and yeah, I didn't continue with it. I had no interest in it.
I got a C in physics.
Yeah, I had the option in college for earth science, physics, or chemistry. Gee, I wonder which one I picked.
Now what?
Hmm.
Loot. Still need to do that.
If I had not gone into engineering, I would have not needed any math or science classes in college. But I did, and so when I switched majors, I didn't actually get to take any electives because all of my elective slots in the new major were taken up by my math and science
That's
class
so
from my old major.
tragic. I'm
like,
so sorry for
okay,
your loss.
guess I'll just die.
What makes you think
I mean,
I
it
took
gets
some
me out
notebook from
faster,
some
but like,
Been there, done that.
notebook?
at
Someone
what
has a good
cost?
nose for
Can we talk
something
about how
like that,
snatched
but it's
Lou is
yours.
because he's literally like a 2D entity in a 3D world?
You meant like smashed like he's drunk for a minute.
I said snatched, yeah.
Snatched. Oh, okay.
And
I heard
more
smashed.
bones
I was like,
Yeah, no,
Lou's a drunk college student.
I can't say that this is a PG stream.
Yeah, he looks
We
like
can't that
a soda
game.
can that's been stepped on.
have found a couple of good specimens in a couple of craters, but I didn't.
Yeah, we talk about how hammered Lewis. Oh boy.
That's the closet in my room. You want
He's
the phone?
hammered into place. Yeah, that's what we meant.
Lou is like a weird character because, like,
Who's moving?
he ostensibly should be.
Yeah,
'Cause,
look
like,
at
he's
his
similar
stomach.
to other characters that I really like, so ostensibly I should like him, but I don't know, man. The vibes are just weird.
I'll say
so-
this. All right. I think, and Ahmad can tell me if this is not PG. I think that Lou is like your typical kind of like 420 college student, and I feel like Bill was kind of drunk a little.
Yeah, 420 is a very PG way of saying that, so yeah, we'll allow it.
Okay, cool.
Someone in chat said something similar, so
Mm-hmm.
I did not delete it.
Gumpy shaped.
Yeah. Well, the way Lou sits looks exactly the same as the way Heather sits in Danger by Design. It's like this weird folded thing.
Yes. That's because
I'm laughing
as
so
someone
loud that my mic is like not picking it up. It thinks it's background noise.
as someone who has looked into, because I wanted to work at Her Interactive, I think as many people did when they were a child, and once they really went downhill with the games, I was like, fine, I'll just make them myself. I looked into it. The old software they use is kind of crazy, so I understand now why the characters look the way they do. Because it's not like your typical game engines nowadays. It's like flat on flat kind of. So it's interesting the way they did it, but God, I don't know how they sustained it like that for so long. But I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Which yeah, it actually went downhill when they tried to fix it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost their angel investor and all that.
Oh man.
You ask me, it's karma. The Moikways are just getting what's coming to
But yeah, I've heard that about the engine. It's interesting hearing that directly from a game dev. So
yeah,
learning that.
it's. I think you could learn it, but it's weird. It's yeah, it's odd. I don't quite understand it.
So you were gonna try to develop something on that engine, and then you were like, never mind.
Yeah, well, I looked at it, and I don't even know where I could find the engine in depth, and then just like trying to find any tutorial on how to learn it. It's just a lot of coding that you have to do yourself as well. Like, of course, you have to do that with other engines, but yeah, they really had their own system. Yeah, it's an old engine.
I mean, you can make a good game with Unity. The engine is not necessarily the problem.
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly.
I better get going.
Okie dokie.
If you guys could have, I mean, it's probably going to be the same answer, but I was going to say if you could have any ice character come back.
Oh, okay. Interesting
Who
question.
would you want it? Because you know how sometimes you've got like Prudence Rutherford,
Mhm.
You talk to, and
Can't check that out yet.
I was gonna say who would you want?
First thing
The Geophone lady, because it's the same voice actress as Fatima.
Oh yes,
I can't remember her name. That's who I would want.
who didn't know honey.
Molybdenum.
That's very accurate, JCat.
Freddie would be cool too. Especially if she's like aged, even though Nancy doesn't age. I want Lucas to come back, TBH.
I love Lucas. I was convinced, and I prayed every single day, year after year, that I would hear news about Isis in later games.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
But all you need to know is, she's good.
Nikki? Is Nikki the... Oh, that's her name?
I don't know who Nikki is.
Apparently that's the geologist.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't realize her name was Nikki. That's really cool.
I did a report on Molly B. Denham for my high school chem cosplay.
Molybdenum.
I wonder if Isis has found it outside somewhere, or I can rearrange these by
I mean, seriously, if Nikki can be so excited about molybdenum, I mean, it makes other people excited about it, that's pretty cool.
Match the symbols and line them
I
up
think
with
that's
pieces
something
together.
that was really unique about the games, and I still do love that.
Bingo.
For myself, it got me interested in a lot of things, and that's how well the games were.
Mm-hmm.
That I was interested in stuff and continuing to pursue and learn new things because of the way it was, and the number of times, and this was a joke with many people, including especially my family, where if I was like a Woody doll,
Jump. Go.
from Toy Story, if you were to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
draw the string in my
Mhm.
back, I'd be like, this reminds me of a Nancy Drew game. Of just like multiple things that just came up, and the amount of stuff that I was able to just learn because of it was crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll be talking to my mom, and she'll be like, "How do you know that?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I learned it in a Nancy Drew."
Yeah, that was literally me all the time. Yeah.
All the 118 elements have been confirmed, so now they're trying to figure out if 120 are possible. Interesting.
I like to claim that I've done random things in review in an ND game. Yeah. The time I went kayaking and saw a killer whale.
Mm-hmm.
The time I beat an old man at some whack ass game called Boxing Geese.
Is that a swear word? Did I just hear a swear word?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Banned. All right, that's your swear. You're not allowed anymore. You're done.
Oh, I was really hoping to use it. I was really hoping to use the F word later.
Oh, too late now.
I'm pretty
Banned.
sure Momo was the only person with F word privileges.
Who
Momo,
was?
yeah.
Momo, I would like to take it from them, please. That's why I have to be muted during my Warning at Waverly Academy speedrun, because when I play air hockey, that I cannot.
I suspect that this might be why Sadie is muted as well.
And that's why Zeducator was muted yesterday. She confirmed that.
The time I flew around Ireland with a jetpack and launched a rocket, yeah, that's the bigger flex.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have no idea why I thought this, and I only realized this was not at all the plot until I started speedrunning the games. I was like, it's crazy that Hunting a Castle Malloy, like, they were part of the World War II, and the reason it exploded was because they were bombed or something like that. I have no idea why I thought that, but I was convinced for so long that that was the plot, and that's why it exploded. It was like some war tragedy.
Gobble it up.
Oh, because it was during World War II.
Yeah, it was because I think
But that's not what happened.
it was literally just mentioned once.
Yes.
That he was a scientist in World War II, and I was like, clearly he was sabotaged and attacked.
Yeah,
I
isn't
don't know.
You're pretty good. Well,
Go ahead.
look at that.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I don't know why they thought
Some pig you got yourself there.
the Her Interactive developers thought that like baby children could figure out Fox and Geese.
Grown adults can't figure it out, and I am one of them.
I've figured it out after years of replaying the game, but it was just never ever gonna happen when I was younger. I didn't understand the rules.
Okay, if we start over.
Exactly. It's like much like checkers or chess.
I
It's
would
easy
very
to
much
learn,
like
hard to master.
Okay, if we start over.
When I'm,
Start over.
Old and
Okay, if we start
in an
over.
ideal world retired, you can find me at a lodge cabin
Start over.
or like in Canada being a master at this game, and I'm just gonna challenge any young person I see.
Okay, if we start over.
Someone needs to do a remix of "Okay, if we start over." Okay, if
This
we
is
start
the
over.
best part of the run. And I only say that because I don't run this game.
Another set of red eyes.
And then we could throw somebody saying Bill's name in there. It could be like, Bill, Bill.
Bill.
Brenda didn't know how to do the jetpack correctly and blew up the lab, is the theory. I mean, yeah, they each had a jetpack, right?
I think so. Was Brenda the mom?
Yes.
I played this game so many times, I should know.
Yeah, it's Brenda and Dad's name.
I thought it was, again, I gotta play the game. I gotta like actually play the game, but I thought it was that he was doing some sort of
The dad's name was
chemical thing
Brendan.
and it accidentally exploded.
The
Yeah,
dad's
he-
name was Brendan.
And that's why he's
Brendan.
So
Brendan.
I doubt that the wife was named.
Maybe it wasn't Brenda. Maybe it was
I
Brendan the
highly
dad
doubt
that
that
blew
they-
it
No,
up.
let's not put it past her interactive, alright?
Brenda and Brendan were
Oh my
married.
god. Yeah,
Caitlin,
What?
that's right.
Caitlin Moore.
Caitlin.
Paw.
That's a very Irish name.
Forward. Left.
It was Brendan and Caitlin.
Go.
Fake Haw
I'm-
fans. I'm not a Haw fan, that's why.
I'm too pretty to know their names. That's what I say when I don't know.
Oh my god.
I am glad people like that game. It's not my thing.
JCat and I have had heated, joking, arguments about, and there's now a theory, apparently in the Nancy Drew community. I love Phantom of Menace.
Forward.
Mhm.
It's actually it's actually my favorite game. I think it's a masterpiece. That sounds sarcastic, but I'm being legitimate.
Mhm.
I don't like Haunting the Castle Malloy at all. JCat loves Haunting the Castle Malloy, does not like Venice. Apparently that's like a typical thing. I also went to Venice because I love it so much.
Forward.
But apparently either you love Haunting the Castle Malloy and hate Venice, or you like love Venice and hate Malloy.
Unless you're me, and then you hate them both. I don't actually hate them, okay? I'm not a
What's
huge fan.
your favorite game?
Crystal Skull or Train, depending on the day.
I will allow it. I will allow the answer.
Yeah, Crystal Skull is one of your top 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I really like Crystal Skull.
I didn't like it when I was younger, but I really appreciate the aesthetic now.
Oh yeah, the aesthetic is amazing, and it's completely different than any other Nancy game.
I went to Italy for 2 weeks for a college class. I didn't do that abroad 6-month stuff. But and we went from Rome to Pompeii to Naples to Florence to Venice. And literally it was just a video game trip for me, even though we were learning a lot about art. Because in Florence I was like, I've seen these places in Assassin's Creed, and then in Venice it was just me bringing up Nancy Drew things wherever I possibly could.
Bless our Fox and Geese RNG.
Oh my gosh. Oops.
Bless-
Haven't done that.
bless the
At
RNG.
least been there, done that.
And speaking of Crystal Skull, that's the next game, correct?
Yes, that is the next game.
Which I am super excited for. So I have run that game, and it's my favorite. Yeah, that goes back and forth between Last Train and Crystal Skull, but today it's Crystal Skull. Today, that's my favorite game.
Speaking of, we're coming up on the end for Espion. Erspion? I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Ursapon.
Thank you. And so we're going to be tagging in the next person here soon, which is very exciting. And Sadie's coming close as well. And yeah.
He's been excavating dinosaur bones.
Yeah, are there any geese songs in the Disney repertoire that we could sing for Fox and Geese?
There's not like a song, but I was like, you could like cry to the Fox and the Hound or something like
Yeah,
that.
I was like sing Best of Friends from Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, there you go.
Perhaps I should stay.
No.
The Fox and the
Literally
Geese. are the
me,
best of
Turk.
friends.
Literally me.
That's finished. Is that
Yeah, the heist is the worst.
She's got a glove from that snowmobile.
And you're the best of friends.
Wait a minute. What
If we're allowed to talk about
Pep,
spoilers for
speaking of
games,
Lauren, her game.
Hmm?
She's the one who figured out the ice flow puzzle for this game.
Wow.
So major props for that.
Shout out to Lauren.
that was a huge mystery for a long time.
So I'm sorry, repeat that?
Lauren, Turk8, figured out the ice flow puzzle after the fishing. when you hit him with
Wow,
the ice
huge.
ball. Yeah. She's like
Let's get
an
it away.
astrophysicist or something.
I
So,
always
like,
say
you need to be an astrophysicist to understand the ice flow puzzle, apparently.
What in blazes happened?
if it's anything to do with science and I want to sound silly on purpose, I'm like, listen, I'm not a scientomologist or whatever.
Scientomologist.
Urzap has
Yeah, I was thinking
a
fairy.
really good run.
With my limited Pokemon knowledge, I've never actually played a Pokemon game. I just watched
I
them.
love fairy type. That's my favorite type. That's my
Hang on.
specialty. I'm not sure about Nancy. Maybe she would go with psychic.
Real quick, Sam, what were you saying?
Oh, me? Sorry.
Yes.
Hi, Steve.
I was just saying that Urzap, it's not over till it's over, but Urzap is having an incredibly good run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, look at
especially
that
by my
time.
standards. This is gonna be very close to
Almost
50
sub
minutes.
50.
Is this
That's
gonna
crazy.
be? Is
It's-
this close to a world record?
Very close, yes. I think.
Not
Oh my god.
that.
I thought world record was 50 something, but maybe not.
Not anymore.
It's
I
47,
think
maybe?
it's 48 or something.
48. Okay.
Urzap will
Like,
let us
that's still
know
incredible
when-
time.
when he's done.
I think
It's
regardless.
49, 35. That's the
Oh,
world
Right.
record.
close.
Urzap's getting
Oh,
a
no.
50.
So close to world record.
Close. It's close.
It's within a minute of world record, looks
It
like.
would have been second place, because second place is
Lying there in the snow,
52-35.
defeated.
50-37.
To everything.
50,
That's so
37.
close.
That's a really
Yeah,
for
that
a
was
s-
a
that's a really
really
good
Round
great
of
run.
run.
applause. Good job.
That's a
Regardless,
Great
really
RNG.
really
both
good run.
runners. The RNG for the fit
Yeah.
was incredible. What a way to see
Both of them, yeah.
that was a moment to see for both of you guys.
Yeah. And
I know. I'm watching Sadie struggle.
all right, Urzap, you are good to go whenever, my friend. Let's see.
Urzap's also running Crystal Skull. Or no, who's running Crystal Skull?
I'm right. Hello.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
Salem. Hello, Salem.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen.
Give me a second. I have to get the game up.
You're all good.
Looks a little bit weird at the moment, Chad. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get-
sorry.
we'll get it
Sorry,
fixed.
gang. Sorry, gang.
No
Sorry,
worries.
gang. Let me
Yeah,
see.
OBS is confused.
Sadie is doing so well in Fox and Geese. It has descended through 2 screens.
How do I change someone's nickname?
Enjoy your lunch.
So,
I don't actually know if I can change someone's
So-
nickname. Because I don't know if I'm actually a mod or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
oh no. Come on, Bill, cooperate.
Perfect.
Yeah, this RNG is rough.
Yeah, this is
Oh my god. Is it okay if we start over?
okay if we start over? Alright.
And this is why this run is not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's mostly Fox and Geese. Like, that is
Yep.
95% of the
You
reason
are
why
good to
I'm like, this
go whenever, my
run is
friend.
not for the faint of heart.
You're good to start whenever.
It is an hour of RNG, of fishing, of Fox and Geese, of snowmobiling.
Running it enough and doing it over and over again that you can put it on your resume.
Salem, you're good to go whenever.
Oh, we're good to go?
Yep,
We're
you're
good to
good.
start?
Yep,
Okay.
you're good.
Sorry, everyone's been
Yep, you're
talking, so
good.
it's a
Alright,
little
53,
hard.
I'm so
20.
sorry.
You're all good. That was a 53. 20. I will be updating our.
I don't blame you for that at all, Sabe.
I will
Skipping
be-
boxing geese with the cheat menu sounds like a good time to me.
Might need to update the runner info on the
Oh my gosh,
stream.
I know.
Sorry, Steve.
Anybody here?
Salem is in New Orleans.
Hi. the
Oh
door
no,
is
what?
open.
Oh, CD got a phone call.
What?
Oh jeez. That sucks.
Was it for missing cooking?
Oh, does
Yeah.
that happen if you
Oh
lose?
no.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that just like a timing thing?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Yeah, that's another reason why this game is terrible, because like the real-time clock means that if you mess up something that might like you have to know how to improvise with the
Yep.
clock to make the rest of your run go as fast as possible.
Yep.
Especially if you need to talk to Lupe. Because as we learned from White Wolf of Icicle Creek Wii strategy guide, the Wii version, not the PC strategy guide, the Wii strategy guide, she is only there at very specific times.
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember? Well,
And if you, I guess if you miss certain things, you also get to sit through being yelled at for not cooking.
Yep. Yeah, I had a similar issue last night with
Oh, the
Captain
laundry
Kirk.
call.
The
Woof.
laundry. Oh, the laundry call. That's what it was.
I mean, I think that's luckily a little bit faster than the cooking call.
Yeah, I messed up the first code in Captive Curse last night, and that ended up making Carl's his timer for running away from his office run out faster than I thought, and I ended up getting caught in the office. I was like, no. Yeah, I think all of my games have something like that this year, so it's gonna be fun. Stay tuned for more strange things. Alright, so we're getting down to the last couple puzzles here for Icicle Creek.
Can we talk about how Nancy walks so drunk in this last tunnel? Like,
Yeah, it's
honey,
like
what happened?
Did she hit her head on their way in or something? She looked like
She's
gonna...
also like super tall apparently.
Yeah.
Or this is a really small.
I mean, look at where Isis is. It doesn't seem to be that small. Alright, this is one of my favorite puzzles in Cry here. Crystal Skull on the left here. And it's actually really fun to speedrun. There is actually an award for getting this puzzle done in less than a minute. And if you learn to speedrun it... Yep. If you learn to speedrun it, that's what will happen.
That's really awesome.
Yep.
You said I get an award for it, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe one day I will speedrun this game after all. Like, no, I must stick to my guns.
But you could just speedrun this puzzle here.
Mm-hmm.
And not the rest of the game. This is one of the most fun parts of the speedrun for me. This one part and what's the other one I really like?
The clock puzzle is the one that I really enjoyed.
Clock puzzle's fun. The portraits, swapping the portraits is fun.
All of the puzzles are really fun. I talked about this yesterday. Crystal Skull was the first game that I had my boyfriend play for Nancy Drew because I thought he'd really like the aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
He liked a majority of the puzzles, but he hated the one where it's like the just in time.
Yeah, the
one
scavenger hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's an engineer, so he's able to get a lot of the logic puzzles, but that one just absolutely made no sense. And in hindsight, like, J-Cat and I were talking about this. That's a puzzle that's really fun and cool if your second playthrough, but the first playthrough, it just does not make sense. Like, you're not quite sure what you're supposed to be looking for.
I agree. I got so angry about My Remains the first time I played.
My Remains, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
For example, the
I know that tone.
that was one that I really liked, and the one that I didn't get, but I guess for his brain he understood it, was the end one, in which you need to understand the direction the
Yes.
eyes go. I couldn't figure that out for the life of me. He got it first try.
Wow. Yeah, that's I like that kind of
Really,
puzzle.
yeah.
Zeke's.
Oh yeah, Rube
I
Goldberg is fun too in this run.
the names puzzle, the Greystone names puzzle, I would never have figured that out without a walkthrough. I was just so completely confused. I'm like, what do you mean? How am I supposed to know what clothes these corpses are wearing? Like, what?
Oh, you were
For
taking
I'm
it
sorry, which
literally.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even like. I was I couldn't even conceive that there was another way to look at the question until I looked up a walkthrough, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is stupid, but whatever.
For I'm sorry, which puzzle?
Maybe not for you.
The graveyard.
Oh, the grave.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I only, it's only in hindsight that it makes sense, but especially because his comment, which I absolutely agree with, is he's like, there are so many pages as well that
Yes.
you're flipping through,
Mm-hmm.
that how in the world are you supposed to know or even know what you're supposed to be looking for?
I like every.
So it was a bit more intuitive. I think it'd be a better puzzle, because I still love the thing of like just in time, kneel down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I think that's
have a
cool,
question.
but
This friend of mine found the number of a receipt.
I think for every Nancy Drew fan who has played Crystal Skull, the thing that is cemented in everybody's mind is the one that's coming up.
Yep.
That's the Rube Goldberg puzzle.
Oh my god, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I love and hate Rube Goldberg puzzles at the same time.
Also,
That's another
Sadie.
example of, in my high school physics class, or one of them, they're like, we're gonna do Rube Goldberg thing, like that's your assignment. It's like, I don't know what that means. And then they showed me, and I'm like, oh, and like the Nancy Drew game.
Yeah.
Me.
It's still in the back room. I haven't had a
And
I
Sadie
feel so
finally
bad
is.
for this guy. Like, he did nothing.
Oh, yeah.
wrong.
Lamont did
This
nothing
poor guy
wrong,
is a victim
genuinely.
of circumstances. Let's be real.
Please protect
Oh, yeah.
Lamont.
Like, did anyone genuinely think he was the culprit? Like,
No.
imagine
No,
if he
not
was.
really.
That would have been insane. Like, I
That would've been-
never suspected.
know-
That would have been such a twist. I would have
I
loved
know.
that.
That would have been crazy.
Honestly, he deserves to get away if he was.
That would have
Mhm.
made me feel better about all the stuff we do to him.
I know, because he's totally
Yeah.
He
innocent.
doesn't deserve it. He didn't do anything.
And
Let's not say
Sadie
Bess is tormenting them, because Bess didn't want to do anything. Bess was manipulated.
Yeah, Best
Yeah.
likes
Peer
him.
pressured.
I bet you get the impression that she has a crush on him and she has to harass him. It's
I
like
know.
it's terrible.
Bess literally gets the short end of the stick in this game. Not only is she harassing somebody who doesn't deserve it,
She
she's
gets, like,
kind of like
kidnapped.
creepily talked to by the other dude
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
well.
Can we just switch those two characters? Can
Yeah,
we,
exactly.
Yeah,
Can
right?
we mess with
Just
the
let him
guy
be
who's
outside and
flirting
eat
with
his
someone half
gumbo.
his age?
Without
And then-
hot sauce.
Watch
All right,
the
for
hot
Sadie, we're
sauce.
coming out
Yeah,
right at the
Sadie's
end
close.
here.
Depending on how long this RNG.
Come on, Sadie!
This sequence
Throw
for.
that man off the cliff!
If
We,
anyone's curious, Yana's move here, the way he moves the snowmobile, is completely predetermined. Like, it is the same exact
Really?
animation every time. If you get too far behind a certain number of times, I think there's a point where the animation loops an
Yes.
extra minute.
Yes.
'Cause you have
That's
to.
crazy. That's good to
Yeah,
know.
because I think it was during the first speedathon or something.
There's the be
Galen
right
was
back.
running this, and then
There we
he was like, "Hey,
go.
why is this suddenly taking more time?" And then I timed it, and it was exactly a minute longer. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, interesting.
GG, Sadie. Good
GG.
job.
Sadie, GG.
I am going
Congrats.
to hunt Bill for
You're
sport.
free.
Oh, totally understandable.
You're free.
Hunt him.
Good luck, everyone. I'm going to go get ready for Finn.
Good luck.
All
Thank you so
right.
much.
Thanks for running.
No spray. Back room.
Yeehaw, this is my turn to go as well. Good luck to everyone. I will be
Hi,
watching.
Veronica.
All right.
Bye, Veronica.
So yeah, perfect. Just what I wanted. And
Good luck to me.
good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You are. Yep, you're all set. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
So, fun fact, the answer to... Oh, you don't have to go in there to... Okay.
Alright, Celeb, you're good whenever.
Anyway, the answer to this box puzzle is Leben und Tod, which means life and death in German. Just a fun
Oh,
fact.
interesting. Good fun fact.
I need
I
to
love
tell
how
this to Nancy word for word.
So I love how this game starts with turn off the lights, close the windows, all of that, and it's interesting how many people I've talked to who are like, "Oh, they were just trying to make us scared." That is not why. If anyone does not know, that is not why. It's because with the glare, you cannot see a
This
dang
game is
thing.
so...
The
I
first
think it
time
was
This
The
game
first
is...
time I played this game, it was on a laptop, not a great laptop, and there was not exactly robust brightness control settings. And I hated this game for years because I could not see a dang thing the whole time I was playing it. And so I never replayed it until literally like a couple years ago when I started speedrunning. And turns out it's actually a great game. I just couldn't see.
Yeah. Yeah, they really went into. That's why I really like the aesthetic. They really try to do something unique. Also, if someone could change the name on Team 2 from Sadie, that'd be fantastic.
The name is...
There we go. Thank you. We
Okay,
also have
this
an
is my
additional
favorite
comment.
dialogue.
Which one?
Oh, it's Celeb22 underscore. Okay.
This one that Renee's about to say.
One should mind the rain. Without it, the end of the world would come much too soon.
Yeah.
Did you and
That's
Henry have
too
a
soon to do a
conversation?
shout out. Well, I will do
I
this in a
haven't really
minute.
talked to him yet. Henry's
Um,
a morose,
Oh, to your
very
nays.
sensitive young man.
There's an additional commentator that you guys cannot see right now,
I'm
but it is my
fairly
cat.
certain that he's
She is
Of
curled up
course.
on the desk. She is
Dr.
purring.
Classic.
She is watching.
You will
Good
almost
for
certainly
her.
hear my cats at some point. They are just running around like crazies in the background.
According to Dr. Bolay's will, Henry is to get 30% of the estate. Dr. Bolay's physician, Gilbert Buford, gets 30%.
I realized I forgot a piece. That's why I don't have my dialogue I need.
Oh no.
And
It's okay.
to receive 10%. I'd better get going.
Oh, you missed something?
One more thing.
Oh, I know exactly what I missed.
Okay.
Oh,
After Dr. Bolay passed,
Okay, thank you for shouting out Celeb.
I saw him in the hallway. He was there, then he was gone.
Yeah, at least this game doesn't have a time element to it, so you can just go whenever, and if you miss something, you can go back and grab it real quick. Because in
Yeah.
some of the other games, it's a lot more problematic when that happens.
Yeah.
oh, I know Blackmore Manor.
Mm.
Oof.
Something that's really cool about this house that I think was a unique take is and I've never been to Louisiana, so I don't know if this is accurate.
There you go.
But the slant of the house.
Like the Dutch angles.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wonder if
It was a
that.
really
Yeah.
unique. It was really unique thing that they
Do you by
did.
any chance have some plain paper that I could use?
I have
most certainly
posted
do.
a photo
That's up
of the
my
additional
room,
commentator.
And I'm afraid I cannot
of her
retrieve
watching.
it for you until I'm finished here. You get the sudden urge to draw a picture?
Accurate for her to be a part of.
Help you.
Her name was Deanie. It was originally Destiny, but at a mix of she's so teeny, so Deanie, and
Deanie.
when we first got her, she just was so scared she hid, so we called her Houdini. So Deanie.
Oh.
She'll have to. She's very excited to watch Finn.
Yeah, I would say that's so Nancy coded.
Wonderful.
I really appreciate this.
Oh, naming a cat Houdini, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, she's just Deanie. Guess it's a
But I
mix
mean,
of
yeah,
names. Yeah.
short for, kind of short for Houdini. Yeah.
I've never seen. I grew up with dogs, and so this is like, when I moved in with my boyfriend, he already had a cat named Gunner, who's very very sweet. He's a tuxedo cat. And then we got Deanie last year, so I'm familiarizing myself with cats. And because again she was so nervous, it's the first time I've seen a cat truly be liquid, and I just saw her go underneath the cabinet and just disappear, and I was so crazed. It's like I didn't even know you could do that. I love the Easter eggs in these games. So like for example, I think that doll that Salem just went past in the room, I think that's from Last Train to Blue Moon King.
It is. Yes, can confirm. This puzzle is wild, and there is actually an Easter egg that goes along with this puzzle. and it could only be solved when there was a website up for Hotchkiss, I guess. Fun fact.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
the answer to the Easter egg puzzle was on the Hotchkiss website. So-
I'm so sad I'm so sad you don't get to talk to Hotchkiss in this game.
And the speedrun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the speed run.
We will talk to her during Tomb of the Lost Queen.
Yes. Where she asked for all the chicken wings.
What was that? That was Uncle Bruno's pet iguana, Iggy.
Iggy!
He's always in here stealing paper. He must be using it to build a nest or something.
Iggy is best character in this game.
So they fit perfectly in
Truly.
the box. Put them back in, okay? I don't have time.
Mrs.
We're talking
Henry
about-
Rollet may disagree with you.
Go right ahead.
That's fair. I
We're
mean,
talking about how
I
there was a period. No, it's actually Bernie. Wrong.
oh, fair.
Bernie is MVP.
Bernie's an
for sure.
unbothered king,
True.
minding his business.
Where's Bernie again from? Or I'm trying to remember.
He's the
Gator.
The gator.
The gator. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
I was
sorry, Bernie.
confused.
That was-
I for a second was like, is this like are you referring to an Easter egg in some other game that I'm just unaware of?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think he's from another game.
Nope, he's from this one.
Or more.
No,
of a
I'm
game
just-
mentioned later.
And this is one of the more popular types of puzzles in this era of Nancy Drew.
Poor Sadie just found out why about the really, really quick speed time. Or no, what is Sadie just talking about? I missed it. It's somewhere.
Yeah, this game in particular, the Easter eggs are kind of wild. Like the chicken one in the skee ball game, okay, I can figure that one out. But one of them is like hidden inside the curio shop. It's another clock puzzle, and it's hidden inside the curio shop inside the sarcophagus. And then the other one was on the Hotchkiss website. I mean, technically there were ways to find out, but it's still not necessarily where you would think to look for
Well,
it.
it's one of those things that's like it's kind of a captivated moment in time where that's not a long-term fun Easter egg for people who can play it later. Really hype when it first happened, I'm sure, but later, like, you know, what is it, 10, 15 years later?
Yeah.
Anybody feel old with me saying that?
A tomato mustard burger? Oh no.
Respawn says Bernie makes a brief cameo in Ven. Wait, what?
Good for him. I'm glad he's getting out
Oh
there
my
and
god,
testing out his
Veronica,
acting
that's
career.
so sweet.
World traveler.
Yes, we can absolutely be friends.
Yelling.
I don't know what prompted that, but thank
See
you.
the painting that goes in that empty frame.
Oh, and the blooper.
Oh,
the
he
blooper.
is!
Yes.
That is right.
I forgot this game has bloopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ven's the first game with bloopers.
Best bloopers, the pigeon from the big pigeon in the
Yes,
Venice.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And I think the best all-time blooper has got to be Pa dancing in the Venice Club.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, poor Lamont gets to suffer again.
Twice in a row.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
Oh,
technically,
yeah,
if you
I
count
did-
my run earlier. Oh my goodness, the shades. Now that you guys have mentioned it, the shades in my room are not helping me. I'm taking advantage of this dialogue to close my shades.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and Henry and his love life.
yeah, poor Henry.
Poor Henry, I just want to shake him and be like, I was like, you just deserve better. You don't have to settle. You don't
It's
love
okay.
you.
It's okay, y'all. I can fix him.
I was gonna say that
Do
earlier.
it.
I was like, you remember like the weird like era of it wasn't when this game came out. It was a little while after where people got older and like the teen grunge years, and it's like actually
Yes.
Henry's really sexy.
Yeah.
And then the period passed.
The MCR era.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
All right, chat. Henry or Dave?
I would make a poll if it would let me, but apparently I don't have the permission.
Such a
Somebody
shame.
does. Whoever has the permissions, because I know
Wait,
somebody does. Do it. Cax, correct answer.
Next. Fair. If we're
Cax
gonna
is taken though.
the whole series, if we're gonna pick the whole series, then Alec for me.
Where's Alec from?
Spy.
Spy.
Yeah, he's the one with the sister who's a skip tracer, and messes up your room and then insults you for it. I just love.
Is it the suitcase dude?
This. Yeah, he's the guy in the train station.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the culprit.
I just rushed to the bathroom.
Yeah, for me, it's Henry, and a close second is Alejandro.
Fair. Alejandro.
You guys remember, speaking of Dylan talking about Nancy Dave fanfic, do you guys remember that year on the Nancy Drew website, if you were on it, the Nancy Drew forums, of where you could like write fanfic? Because there was one I found and it was fantastic. Yeah. There was one I found and it was fantastic, and then they made a roll winner. That was it was this is so wild to say. It was Creature Kapuke, and it was an additional ending where somebody, it was some other culprit. It was the guy who hits Joe in the face with the mask. He suddenly appears. Ned is coming to track down Nancy, and then that guy shoots Ned. And then he dies.
What?
Someone killed Ned on the forum.
It's so dramatic. It's like the most dramatic ending. And there's rain, and she's crying, and he's saying his goodbyes. I have it saved somewhere. I'll put it in the Discord at one point. But I was like, this is wonderful. Not long after, her interactive was like, okay, if you guys write, there are rules. You cannot talk about guns.
But secrets can kill. It's Johnny Kudo is the name of the guy who hit Joe with the surfboard.
Yeah, why is Dylan being silenced?
Poor Dylan.
No more
They
Dave.
said no. Someone's sabotaging. They said no, Dave, love.
J-Cat says I have no idea how that happened. I don't know, I've done that before, where I'm like trying to click something else and the chat moves and suddenly I've banned someone. It's like, oh no!
My take is that Ned doesn't. Me and my boyfriend have the same take. Ned doesn't deserve Nancy, and that
really
Nancy
doesn't.
should just date Frank, and Ned should just go be happy.
Oh, I think we had this conversation last time.
I'll bring it up to anybody who will hear.
Now, I largely agree with you, except I would lean more towards Nancy needs to be single.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? That's a better take. I agree with you.
Yeah, we talked about this last night, and I think most people agree. Yeah, Nancy does not have the time or energy for a relationship.
No.
Ned deserves better.
Ned just needs a chill girl.
May 31st. That's today.
And she's right. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, please don't ban Dylan until after the speed run. Thank you. I'm kidding. Don't ban Dylan at all.
I was so scared.
It's the hazing ritual. All the new runners go through it. Sorry.
I didn't go through it. What if I said that and then someone immediately kicked me from the...
Yeah, all of a sudden. Come on, where'd they go?
Well, I guess it's your time now.
Oh, Jake, yeah. Oh, sure that was an accident, Jake. Take that sword away.
The delusion of me playing this game and being like, I actually do want to collect glass eyeballs because that's really, really cool.
If I
have
ever
really cool
had
designs in this game.
That's fair.
They really do, honestly. I would wear.
It was
glass
really,
eye
really
this
cool.
game.
Regardless of how you feel, you have to admit objectively, this was a really cool aesthetic game.
Yeah. And another thing I really like about it too is it really does center like entirely around the eyeball puzzle. And like that is the goal of the game, and everything else is building up towards that one single goal. And like I know it's kind of a meme that's like, oh, everything we do we get another eye, but I think that's a really cool concept for a game, and most of the Nancy games aren't like that. And I think that's pretty fun.
Well, I think it's also cool that a lot of the puzzles, I think it's what you just said, they all lead back to it. So like for example the clock puzzle that Salem is doing right now, it's still focused around the whole aspect of a blinking eye, and that's how you get the eyeball. And just like really cool. the whole aspect of the skeletons and or the Jolly Roger, really, really cool. Love that it's always raining.
Feel that.
Cry is a really great speedrun video. I recommend it. It's one of my favorites.
Sadie in the channel, Sadie in the chat asks, is anyone inspired to pick up new speedruns now? Absolutely. Seeing everybody in all the hard work that everybody has put in, I think it's been really cool. And I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to speedrun more games because, like I said, I want to be very particular of which I run. But it's really cool seeing all the different stuff involved. And everyone has absolutely worked really, really hard. So pat yourselves on the back.
I love that this book puzzle has multiple solutions.
Here we go.
I love puzzles like that. There are a few like that. I will say though, when you are young and you are gripping onto that Nancy Drew walkthrough, because you do not understand how these games work.
Yep.
When you come across that walkthrough and it says there are multiple solutions, that felt like I would hear an explosion and my ears would ring. I'd be like, please do not tell me that. I need you to show me a picture.
Couldn't have cared less about little things like keeping records or balancing check.
The first time we actually, and the only time we actually get to talk to Henry.
Oh, what a shame.
In the speedrun or in general?
In speedrun. No, in general, we're never going to talk to him again. I'm sorry, I've already took him out of the other game. You don't have to deal with that. You get some seconds.
He went into the code and deleted him, so he's gone
now.
He's
gone now.
After me, but he never spent any time with me. I didn't know him.
Take some extra time on your ski ball on me.
Thanks for stopping by, Nancy. And now you can report back to Ned that I'm fine and go enjoy New Orleans.
No, I can't.
Hey,
what do you guys think? I'm sorry.
You can handle ice. You can handle Ben, Sadie. I
absolutely
knocked me out like that. Look, I can understand your.
I mean, you were already in hell. Why not just go a little bit deeper?
And since playing detective is kind of a hobby with
Plus, there is a Scopa trick now. You just have to get it really perfect.
Arcane, I'm also interested in Trail the Twister.
Oh yeah, same. I was just thinking, was there any game that I haven't speedrun yet that I wouldn't mind? I think Trail of the Twister is probably up there.
Didn't believe in cages, so he gave
it is worse than ice, but not that much worse. Yeah.
So if you're gonna go poking,
I'm commentating Trail of the Twister, and that's literally just gonna be me making Twister's joke, where I'm gonna be like, "If you feel it, chase it." Yeah.
I was 95 years old. Here, check it out.
About Oklahoma.
That's doctor speak for heart attack.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, Sadie has great Oklahoma stories. And by great, I mean literally unhinged.
Or so I'm told. I've never.
That sounds like Oklahoma.
Interesting keychain.
That's one of Uncle Bruno's glass.
Yeehaw, partners.
When he died.
How?
I think Saw is worse than Ice, personally. Fair.
Do you think I could borrow your keychain?
Hot take.
Speaking of, what do you guys think is the scariest Nancy Drew game?
Actually, all I really want is the eye.
Thornhole
just
for me.
Cool.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
Shadow on a Lake's Edge or whatever that one's called.
Shadow at Water's Edge.
That was pretty scary too.
That one, I'm gonna take it from when I was first playing them. Shadow at Water's Edge scared me so much. I remember physically same neighbors. When we were playing that, it scared me. I didn't like the thing where you're having to escape from like the rooftops or like the second level, and they're clawing at the door or whatever.
Oh god,
And
yeah.
then at the end puzzle, when it appears, I literally screamed. And the dad came in like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I'm sorry."
I would say for
Like,
a first playthrough, definitely Shadow at the Water's Edge, but not. But because Thornton Hall has haunts that show up wherever, I would say that one's scarier. On
I'll have to
replay.
replay Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Same,
I've played
because
it since.
I found Ghost of Thornton Hall is much more goofier, but so I didn't really find it scary. But at the same time,
Ghost of Thornton Hall had an ending similar to Haunting the Castle Malloy ending for me, which I don't like. I don't like when there's technically not a culprit. And but that's just me.
That's fair. I think Thornton Hall to me is like the most environmentally scary, but I want to say Message in a Haunted Mansion actually has the most like jump scares for me because I forget where they are, and so many of them are just audio, and so it just like I don't know, it just gets me differently.
These are games that I have to play. One that like another that I was really scared by was actually this game. Because of the whole Jolly Roger thing of like the first thing you're getting knocked out, and we're gonna eventually come up on it in the run of where you're having to go into the meeting and they open that slot and he that scared me. And I remember because it was so clearly in my childhood because I remember holding a quesadilla. And I was like, oh my god.
Leftover from ice.
Yeah, leftover from ice, exactly.
That's all I've gotten out of his estate.
Another one that actually did scare me, and so it was back-to-back scares. This might be a wild take, but Captive Curse scared me when I was younger.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I think for me the biggest thing that can make me scared, other than just like a jump scare, is environmental aspect. And I talked about it in chat last night, but the whole aspect of getting a phone call and it's an automated voice saying like monster on castle grounds, or whatever, and me first playing it not knowing where that could possibly be, I did not like that. It was horrific for me.
All right, I can see it.
Yeah, you don't know who it is, you don't know what it is, and it
I
could
don't
be right
like the
behind you.
aspect. Exactly. I didn't like the aspect of anticipation of where you have to like wander around, and especially the part of the game where that game, my neighbors had actually come over to my house to play it, and when it was in the castle and you had to go up the stairs, we were so scared that my dad was working his like remote job at the time, and I was like, you have to come down here and you have to go up 3 spaces because I refuse to move forward. And so he did it, and it had the jump scare with Lucas, but it was still terrifying to me.
That's really funny.
I'll see you later. Thanks for coming by.
Sabe says, first time I went back to my bedroom and Message in a Haunted Mansion and heard that weird scream noise. I logged out and didn't come back to the game for a month, and that was just a few years ago.
You know what? Valid.
My boyfriend has just come in and pointed out the Salem's. Yeah, you can say hello.
Hi.
You can't swear.
I know.
And he was pointing out Salem doing the is it an apricot or whatever it is.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I was just talking about this game has, out of all the Nancy Drew games I played, this game has one of my most hated puzzles.
Which is I was telling them about it earlier, the kneel down just in time, the graveyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to figure out what the actual solution to the puzzle is unless you just do a bunch of random things. There's no hint to not hint. There's no what's the word I'm thinking of?
There's no
indication.
Indication. Direction.
This puzzle is great in the speedrun because it's the same every time.
Yeah.
and you don't have to, listen for the clicks and turn around and turn around.
I remember this one being really hard for me to figure out when I was younger.
Oh, yeah, it's not the best. I get what they were trying to do, but yeah.
The sound effects in this and Ice, I meant to mention in Ice earlier. I loved the walking on snow sound. I loved that. But the sound design in these games were really good.
Oh yeah, this is a part of the run that would mess me up. Sometimes I forget to get all the eyes from below the gargoyles.
So when I first was trying to speedrun this, I completely forgot you had to do this part. So I come into the end and wonder why I'm missing all of my eyes.
Oh man.
It's a really common issue.
Yeah.
That was when I was doing a playthrough. The last time I did a playthrough, where I was thinking to myself,
it's kind of off.
I'm missing 4 whole eyes, and then being like, oh, that's why I think I don't forget that puzzle, because I'm like, these are such freebies that they really were like, we need an extra 4, or we need 3 more, and they said, just throw it in there.
Yeah, well, it truly is a very good payoff for that miserable puzzle. So.
Oh, absolutely.
There is that.
When we get to the part where it shows all the eyes, I'd be very curious, both the commentators and for chat, what you guys think the coolest eye is.
Ooh. Bernie!
Crystal Skull is an underrated game, I feel like. I feel like a lot of people forget it, especially the older you get. You appreciate crime more, especially once you understand the puzzles. When you're a kid, though, not so much.
Yeah.
You just get frustrated.
Or I'll phrase it as this: the veterans of Nancy Drew, I think, more appreciate this game as they get older.
Yes, I agree with that. I remember the first time I played, I was kind of meh about it, and now I really, really enjoy it.
Well, especially because, as we already talked about, there are at least 2 puzzles where it doesn't make sense on the first go.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I do wonder if anyone else had the same experience I did with the visual aspect, and having more modern computers with more settings has also helped with that.
I think this one is definitely aged pretty well.
That looks like the right game.
I always wonder because Icicle Creek came out in 2008. Hope that makes people feel old, by the way. Icicle Creek, and imagine having her interact with a lovely wolf mascot named Isis, and then a few years later, the name Isis being in the news and thinking, oh my god.
Yes. Oh my god.
Finally, Nancy Drew.
That was another instance where something serious was happening. Someone was asking me about it at school. I was like the wolf and Nancy Drew.
Oh man, that's really funny, actually.
Write down notes. I feel like every Nancy Drew person at one point or another, and I still do, I have it next to me and I had it for my runs, had a designated notebook or just some sort of a notepad and pen right next to them every single game.
Yep.
Now y'all just cheat and use your phones.
True.
Yeah, people taking photos of the puzzles.
Yeah, taking pictures with my phone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm not gonna pretend I'm above it. I absolutely do that, but
when we get to some of the games later today, we can start talking about how many problems in those games could have been solved if Nancy just had a smartphone, or if somebody had a smartphone.
True.
Scarlet Hand, 2/3 of the plot would not be there if Nancy just had a phone.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool component that shows the time, the era of time as these games were developed, of just technology in the games, that you go from, the phones that you use in Stay Tuned for Danger in the early games, and then you have, in these games, you have a cell phone, and then later they implemented where you have a smartphone and that you can change the background in each game and the color, which was really, really cool and exciting. when they first did that.
I love like the Shadow Ranch era with the flip phone. That you
Yes,
can use the
exactly.
internet,
Flip
but it's like
phone.
barely the internet. Like
Mhm.
that was such a moment. I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the progression of technology. I would love to. I'd be very actually interested in writing an article or something about that because I think that's really really cool.
Hey, you should submit for a zine.
Oh, bring it up again for new people who aren't here. There's going to be a zine if someone wants to repost it in chat for applications. I'm not running it, so I can't tell more about it. But if someone wants to repost that link to apply, and you can find more information there.
Okay, are you guys ready to Are you guys ready to torment our favorite guy again?
Saul Corlemont.
This is the one that I think is actually truly, as I've gotten older, like actually unacceptable as someone who has like food allergies.
Yeah.
Where like this is actually something that could be punished by law.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Imagine him saying like it gives my stomach fits and she gives it to him and he like immediately ends up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like
just
this was a bit risky of her to do.
Yeah.
But crazy.
This boy just keeps trusting her.
By Mrs. Henry Bollea, Nancy's worst moment.
Between this and Where's Ma after reading the newspaper article.
Literally. That's well, okay, here's the thing. Somebody has already said it. Or somebody had said it somewhere else. In that and in Shadow at Water's Edge is so wild.
Yeah.
The play of like the caucasity of Nancy continuously asking about a dead relative, asking them to translate a news article about said dead relative, finding somewhere else to translate it, and then talking to them about it later, and then constantly having the I get it, but also being like, why can't you just run the thing? And her not understanding like the tradition behind it and why it's causing rift in the family. Just the number of things Nancy asks in Shadow at Water's Edge is so wild.
It really
She can
is.
be punished for it in that one.
Yes, at least that.
In Booster, it's just like, so where's Ma? So where's Ma? Reads the article that Ma's dead. So where's Ma?
Yeah, even after you read it, you're like, hello.
Yeah.
Where is he? I think Trail of the Twister, I think it's worse because she knows.
Yes, exactly.
In Trail of the Twister, I think has one of the coolest lines that really stuck with me was Pa talking about like you can't go after it, you can't even chase it because it's just gone. Like you can't get revenge on it. It's like a very, very well written line of dialogue when he's talking about that.
Is this an emergency? Sort of. I mean, it's not a medical emergency. I'm only going to be in town for a short time.
So I have some old like adventure click games, and I remember one with a lady named Susan, who's apparently an archaeologist. But you go around burning and breaking artifacts throughout the whole game.
I loved him with the Lost Queen.
I have it.
But I can tell you that now that he's all but retired,
It's rather Book of Legends or Adventure. Oh wait, no, I think it's Adventure Chronicles: The Search for the Lost Treasure.
Oh my gosh.
High key recommend. It's a goofy game, Nancy Drew-esque, with another lady who's absolutely insane.
Search of the Lost Treasure.
It's been forever, but I just remember it being absolutely hilarious gameplay.
Oh, Adventure Chronicles. I found it. And it's only $5, everybody, and it has mixed reviews. By all means,
love mixed reviews.
A total of 33 reviews with, 77 with mixed reviews.
Wow.
Pick me those mushrooms yet? Sure did. Well,
Yes, Renata's got a lot of really great lines.
Actually, picking the one growing on the logs.
Spy had some good ones for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, the monologue in the trash compactor is.
Yes, the knight in shining armor never did anything for everyone. That was a great line too. I remember that really stuck with me as a young girl.
He's another one of Dr. Bolea's pets. He'd kick that log to get Bernie's attention, then feed him marshmallows. Problem is, now that gator leaps up and snaps every time.
Also, like in Shadow of the Water's Edge, the ghost doesn't have to be real to haunt you.
But I've gotten so used
Yeah.
to it,
Yeah.
I
That's a
just
solid
plain
one.
forgot. Anyway, feel free to help yourself to that shovel. You earned it.
Even if it means hurting someone's feelings or hurting them physically. Poor Lamont.
Anytime.
F's in the chat from Lamont.
Love you. Oh, sorry, you guys got the tail end of that. What are we effing about?
Well, Anna's saying
Lamont.
that she loves
His
someone,
poor
but not saying that she
IBS.
loves us. That's crazy, dude. I'm so
Oh,
hurt.
you guys.
I'm so
I didn't say it
hurt.
fast enough. I was like, is this my time? Can I say the word?
Not that F.
Also, Selim
Yeah, I
is
see
coming
that.
to the end
Celeb's
here,
having
I
some
think.
problems with his game.
I think,
stuttering.
right? Am I crazy, or is Selim, like...
Nope.
Am I tripping?
No,
Like, I feel like
you're
this
not
is,
crazy.
like, towards
No.
the end, right?
Ah, you jinxed me.
In Salem's Run, another example of a really cool puzzle that they did with the skeleton hand and the shovel.
I agree. Good puzzle.
Really cool puzzle.
Took me way too long to understand as a kid. But, like...
Oh, absolutely. Again, another puzzle where like you just don't get it as a kid.
Yeah.
But really cool when you're an adult.
But it's like, wait, no, this is actually good.
Let's be real. Nancy Drew is made for adults.
Yeah. Honestly, dude.
It is.
So I hate
No
the
matter-
sounds. It sounds like someone's crunching on something right here.
Crunch,
Oh,
sorry
wait,
guys,
no,
that's
no.
me eating potato chips.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that just reminded me of, like, in, like, Peanuts, like, Snoopy, like, having, like, the giant, like, tower of, like, his bones, and he just goes, like, crunch, 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 crunch. And it's like, he eats them like it's, like, chips. Also, good thing Nancy thinks to pry the top off with the thing. With the shovel.
Oh, I
Good thing
know.
it breaks. Good thing the part that she needs stays. Like, you know, like...
Hi,
Lucky.
Bess, it's me. So what's been happening? Tell me everything. Well, let's see. Since the last time we talked, I was just about...
I'm ready for our creepy conversation.
Interesting stuff. But the reason I called
The immediate fade to black on both screens a second ago
That
was
was-
really, really satisfying.
Yeah, that was crispy.
Granny Pumpkin's Cajun Cooking, which should be right across from our hotel. You just want me to
It's ended up doing a lot of heavy lifting. You get it. You know exactly what it is.
Black Ops?
Yeah.
Dude, even like the ones that are like everyone, they rated E for everyone. It's like,
I just need for you to
So I think some are E, some are E10, but I think they all say for 10 and up, like not as the rating, but just like
oh, like that. Okay,
It says for
okay.
10 and up, yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, I feel it.
E plus was later games. E10 and up.
Yeah.
Plus
Mm.
whatever.
I just remember that like the scary ones. I feel like are like the rated E, like 10 plus.
yeah, and I think also you're right, it's the later ones because they got a little like more sensitive
More
with rating.
intense, yeah.
We got away with a little
More
more
realistic graphics and like more intense plot lines, like murder, terrorism.
Yeah, literally. Who do you guys think?
A 19-year-old.
Who do you guys think was actually the scariest villain? 2, probably did the worst thing out of all the games, and 3, you're like, this was pretty adult. One that comes to mind. Stay tuned for Danger. If you do not do the things correctly,
Mhm.
that end screen, that's great.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I remember like
And
when.
apparently they're like exactly like that in the book too.
Oh really? Like that's how it
It's
goes.
based on a book. Which book?
Stay tuned for Danger.
Well, I
Apparently
have to
there's
read
something
now.
even creepier in the book. I can't remember what it is, but it's
I'll have to read it.
creepy as heck. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, you and Tried to Kill. I think that I think that like Jane,
Yeah,
Jane
Ewan's pretty
in
bad.
Curse of Blackmore Manor. But I think there's
Yeah.
also a whole thing that you could like talk about her being groomed and stuff like that. Like
Oh, like a very
being
dark
like she's
thing,
like
yeah.
she's a victim of like being groomed, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
I'm trying-
fair, but also child.
Who probably right? She's child, and also like probably
Radiation
killed
Force
Pretty
is pretty though.
could have killed her mother, like her stepmother. Like it's really like oh.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for her. She looks like she bites.
I haven't seen him for a while, so I picked that day to
Yeah,
Radiation Force.
bioterrorism was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Ewan has to be like up there for the worst.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to even argue that. It's
Yeah.
interesting because that plot unfolds in such a way that like it sneaks up on you almost. Like just how bad.
It's really
does.
crazy
It
how
does.
serious that game
It
gets.
does.
Well, let's see. Then I knelt down and saw that he wasn't breathing. So I
As a Ven lover, I really like Spy because of someone specific. It was really cool to see her in a game.
Yeah.
Miss.
Yeah.
I won't. No, did we already run it?
No, that's the very
Okay,
last
then I
game
will
we
not say
run.
like anybody's worried about spoilers or anything like that, and they wanted to see it that way.
Was he wearing a hat? Was he holding anything?
What's another one that was Haunted Carousel and a painting fell in the same room as me, and I have a backup. That's funny.
That's
holding
awesome.
something. A piece of paper. And on the floor next to it
Game
was a
12 when you're old enough is like ultra dark.
That's while reading a letter.
And that's Secret of the Old Clock, right? Yeah.
Now I know the letter was no longer in Bruno's hand.
I'm trying to think of like there was one that I felt was really
Deadly
something
Device,
that
absolutely murder, and attempted a few more.
yes. I remember
What's icky?
something that they did that was really interesting.
He is an iguana, Bruno. Then turned loose in his home.
That they strayed away from for a very long time was literally the first Secrets Can Kill was straight up murder and a gun.
Are you saying an
Then they
iguana
did not do that for a very long time, and of course it's their first game, so they're kind of I think testing the waters and seeing where they are going to be with the rating. And then my complaint was they really never did anything like that. Then they did the remaster, and you instead of holding a gun, he literally is holding you at gunpoint, which is wild. And he's ugly too, so that made it even scarier. He's got this Carolyn toupee, and
Guess I'll be running along.
so my complaint when I was playing them throughout the years was I was like, there hasn't been anything really serious. It's more surrounding like equipment being, odd or like some sort of just like mystery. I was like, no one's really died. And then by God, here comes Deadly Device.
Yeah. Okay, can I talk about something with Secrets Can Kill Remastered though that like always it never really hit me until the most recent time I played through it, and now it bothers me so much. Is like so
Sure.
if the
As someone
canon
who's
here,
speedrun it.
if the canon here is all the little things all the little kind of like crumbs throughout the way are Jake's clues for here's where to find this thing if I die. How long did homie fear for his own life? Like he seems so chill in the video and everything, and it seems so like out of the blue. But no, homie was ready to die.
I think 420. I think he was 420 out of his mind because that's what it sounds like, and that's
Okay,
the
you know
only
what?
way. And he's like a high school, whatever kind of about everything. The thing that's crazy to me, where I'm like, he has to be 420, is he's like, I have this really important military document. I taped it over the book cards at school. Like, yeah, I'm sure they're never gonna find it, my man. I don't think anybody will come after me. It's because he's not worried about being actually in danger. He's absolutely convinced because he has the information, no one's gonna hurt him.
But then
Which is
why
like-
did he leave all the clues for the little safe thing?
He doesn't. From my understanding, he doesn't leave the clues. Nancy's just like breaking into his locker.
I don't want to bug those.
But I'm talking like the things on the bulletin board with the numbers and letters.
Oh, I don't know. It's a good question. They didn't think that far ahead. they were trying to really destroy Daryl's 3D model instead of fixing the plot.
Yeah, for real.
Really trying to make him a monster to look at. My dog is named Iggy after the iguana. That's so cute.
Aww. Love that.
There's also an Iggy in Ghost Dogs.
And once you're
True.
in the meeting, you'll need to listen for the name
Nice.
that opens
It's like
the meeting, so you can
Iggyception.
tell me what it is.
That's another game that's really cool aesthetic-wise and plot-wise.
Yeah.
Of like a speakeasy with like it's like a monster gangster. It's been a very long time since I've played it personally. But or it's just like it turns out to be a man who just like loved his dogs and he wanted to be buried with them, and I really identify with that.
I feel that, yeah, for sure.
I feel that hardcore.
Okay, I'll
It's
give it
Like that's another really
hardcore.
cool one.
And it makes me want to someday live in a house with speakeasy.
Yes. I think every Nancy Drew person has always eventually wants a house. Me as a Gen Z millennial, I would just like a house in general. But a house with a secret passageway is, you know, the ideal scenario.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, one of the dogs in Ghost Dogs is Iggy.
Name all the dogs. Go. I'm timing you.
Iggy,
Iggy.
Violet,
We're 4
Lucy,
seconds in.
Sander.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
it's time.
creepy.
It's so funny because like it's actually not like you know.
I mean,
but-
now.
I know, but like it so was.
Do you guys ever remember playing this? And like, it was when you played this when you were younger, you're like, this is scary. Then when you got a little bit older, you're like, is this like low key on accident supposed to be kind of racist? Question mark. Because I wasn't understood how it was working. Now I understand it's totally fine. That was like a secret society group in the South coming together to complain about something, and it got me worried when I was like mid-teens.
Oh, yeah, I could see
Quite
that.
Understand it.
Certain city officials are attempting to deny us the right not only to
This was scary for me too, where she just like left her phone on, and everyone just turns around and looks.
Oh,
Also,
there's a very unnecessary growl.
yeah.
This one.
I also think it's unnecessary
This is
that
such an
they
insane
turn
fast
around
blunder.
and they're immediately like, it's an imposter.
It's an
Like, you're
imposter.
telling me nobody has
Kidnap
accidentally
her.
left their phone on?
Yeah, for real.
No, because they're all old men, so they don't have phones.
Honestly,
I
at this point, maybe.
I don't
See,
get this.
that also led to my theory where they were all also old men that I was like, what kind of group is this?
This is like it's so scary, like unnecessarily. I feel like it's like,
And then
it's,
they throw a
bunch of,
bag over her head?
guys,
Like,
and they throw a
why?
bag over her head, and it's like,
And look at the hook in the chain.
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's like an
it's
interrogation
really
room.
crazy.
And it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Go-
this is like in a dumpster in a back alley. Like, what is going on?
For real.
Going back to the quality of this game, like, what a like cinematic moment.
I know.
That's
Look at the
really
lighting.
well
Like,
animated.
what?
about something.
J-Cat says, I feel the implication is it's an entirely phone-free event, so someone coming in with a phone automatically means faker. That.
Mm.
you know
Oh,
what?
I like
could see
that.
It's like a
I
it's
could
like a
see
dead
that.
giveaway. That might be in the rules, right? It's like no phones.
Yeah.
Like,
Could be.
And that's how you get accepted. If they say no phones and someone writes what's a phone, you get an automatic like you're in.
what's a phone?
That Apple commercial with what's a computer?
Hey, what's
Yeah.
your phone, Shani?
You want to download a phone.
Okay.
Why do I feel like Casey Porter would be in that group?
Well, and Casey could never be in the Jolly
Casey
Rogers
Porterfield.
because he talks too slow.
For real. I said I just got done emailing you something.
Wait, I have a question because I thought this was a universal thing with the Nancy Drew community, but I'm not sure. We all hate Shattered Medallion, right? That's the worst game that they've ever
Everyone
Don't tell
except
Veronica.
Which one?
Shattered Medallion.
Besides,
Don't tell
Oh, I haven't
besides
played that one
Midnight
yet.
in
She
Salem.
might be lurking.
It's
She'll
okay. She
execute
doesn't.
you on the spot.
It's okay. She wanted to be friends earlier, but that might have shot me in the foot. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I stand by it.
Yeah, you're right.
I
You might
stand
be
by
right
it.
for that.
I don't hate it. I think it's mid.
Only I walked in on him and ruined everything.
I would love to do a tier list, maybe with the community. I would love to stream it, but doing a tier list, a ranked tier list of going through the games and being like, how unacceptable is it to ask Nancy to do your chores? Where it's like, Haunting of Castle Malloy, you're her maid of honor. Makes sense. You're being asked to do things.
Right.
Wardens at
What
Waverly
accent?
Academy. These are your homework assignments for you
Yeah.
to get into college.
Right.
Yes.
That's
like
cheating.
Royal Tower. You are a
Yeah.
guest, and
I don't
here, go
work
fix
here.
Breakers.
Huh?
Like you're a guest. Here, go fix the breakers.
Yeah, it's like, my radiator's broken. Can you fix it? Not until you do something for me. Sir, I'm paying money.
Well, my dad's paying money. Let's be real. Daddy golf balls
Wow.
surely footing that bill.
Gotta love golf ball dad.
She sure isn't.
Shadow Ranch is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially for him to be so picky and mad about the vegetables.
Yeah, the pickiness is pushing it. I can almost see it being okay just because, like, it is kind of an emergency, and also, like, some ranches, like, that's what they do. Like, people who visit, like, also kind of, you know, dabble
Like,
in,
that's the
like, what is
aesthetic
it like to work on a
experience.
ranch? So that one,
Yeah.
I can kind of see, but
So that's like that's what we're talking about. Like that C tier level, maybe B, where it's like, okay, we can see it.
yeah.
Still not great.
But the fact that that's an actual game over and she gets thrown off the ranch.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. I can kind of see it as like a ranch head where it's like, you actually ruined our entire crop. We have nothing for the rest of the summer. It's not whether or not you like the chores. It's how unreasonable is it to ask Nancy to be doing this stuff.
Okay, you know what? Fair.
All right, we're coming up on the eyeballs. Everybody choose your favorite eyeball. I think I like the cat eye one. That's like green.
I'm gonna go top, second from left, the purple one. Just like purple.
I do love purple. That was my second one that I was gonna choose.
The teal one.
I would love to be Mr. Bolle when I'm older. I'm just crazy and no one wants to talk to me. And I have like a secret treasure, and when someone asks me, I give some cryptic riddle, like the eyes have it, and it turns out it's just a bunch of my eyes. Like, I think that's so iconic, like slay Mr. Bolle.
That's, you know what, yeah,
Honestly.
that's goals.
Yeah.
Bruno and Josiah Crowley both.
Yes, absolutely.
Which one is that from?
That's from Secret of the Old Clock. The thing about time will tell.
Yeah. Exactly. Iconic.
Iconic.
Hey.
Iconic. Hey.
See what you did there.
I can make it funny sometimes.
Another great like cinematic experience. This had to be when they were at peak budget. Like they were absolutely making bank.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the Rube Goldberg machine too. That like not only does it have an animation for each step, but like it plays through all the animations, like, and it has it like
and
ready
it
to go.
shows him.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Like yes, they put in the work for this one.
Oh, and everyone's like facial expressions up, especially Lamont's.
Yeah.
Seeing how he's very lively.
It doesn't feel super crazy because this was right after Icicle Creek, and even when you look at what's his name, Creepy Man, that Celeb is on right now, it shows him sitting. Yeah, it shows him sitting. No, it's Buford. Yeah, it shows him sitting to the side, and he doesn't look like that awkward, like paper thin thing. Like they were really able to make it work.
Yeah. Let's forget this one's right after Ice because like I feel like they made leaps and bounds.
Oh
between
yeah.
Ice in here.
Oh, definitely.
That you in there? Goodness
Here-
sakes, gal, what on earth have you
It's
gone
One of my
because
favorites.
they knew I started playing them, and they knew they had to
Here,
impress
I'll
Baby.
pull you up.
I'm gonna
Toss
just say
what you're
that.
holding up here, then give me your
I'll buy
hands.
it.
Come on, you best hurry. Here it comes.
The way I would have absolutely no faith in my throw I'd be like, ma'am, I'm not throwing it up there because we're gonna crack this thing and it's gonna be worth absolutely nothing.
And also, just like, why would you do that, Nancy? Like, this is not one of Nancy's bigger brain moments. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like Ran level cluelessness, but it's up there.
I love how apparently Ran. I don't know if this is still the case, but apparently Ran, because of the controversy of like he's the culprit is like representing himself as like a different race. They eventually took it off Furnace Raptors' website because it caused such problems.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if it's still off the site or not.
It is. Yeah, you can't buy it.
Oh, ransom. Yeah.
Which is a shame because although I absolutely agree that's unacceptable. I loved the aspect of bringing back an old villain. I really enjoyed that.
That is true. I think though in general, it's not a good game in my opinion.
It's not a good game.
I think if it had been like, say a Curse of Blackmore Manor or something like that, like something that is beloved, I think they would have had like a lot more heartburn over handling that the way they did. And Ren was just so forgettable anyway. Like,
I just
Real
agree,
quick.
Panda. I like that they picked the villain they picked.
Real quick, as we're doing the matching puzzle, this was in the era of when I had my own Nancy Tumblr, and this was during the Fault in Our Stars era, and there's an infinity symbol for one of these, and I made a post that only I thought was funny, and I'm gonna say it here regardless, I took a screenshot of that and said, and I swear in that moment we were stuck in the crypt, and I laughed, nobody else did, but I still think it's hysterical to this day.
Good for you.
Wow! The shade! The absolute shade! And I want you to know, it's still not funny. And I want you to know
the big stars.
Wow.
The silence is so
I want you to know
right now.
you should have left that in the past with no notes.
So it looks like Team 1 is about to seal the deal for this segment here.
I can't wait till next year when we replay this game and I try the joke again.
Careful, if I'm running this game again. Word for word.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Just like Raleigh is an icon theater kid, has several egos and cross dresses, and plays extended pranks for the lulz. An icon.
All entirely true.
He just wants to sell it to the highest bidder. But me, my motives are pure.
Pure.
I am going to protect it. So
This also is an iconic ending game because the beautiful picture snapshot at the end where she's getting arrested, her face is hysterical.
Yeah.
It really
Kind of
is.
with the crossed eyes.
Goodbye. Our greatest hero. Not every hero wears capes.
I'm
Sometimes
worried
they
about
eat marshmallows.
All right.
It made me feel sorry.
All right.
GG's, good job.
After all,
GG.
Celeb is doing a really good job catching up as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Trying my
correct.
best.
Oh no, you're doing good. See, there it is.
There she is.
No, this was all
There
about
it
the Fox
is.
and the Geese. What happened with this segment? This is the RNG of the Fox and the Geese really sealed the deal for
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
To make up for his
It's okay, he'll be hunted for sport later apparently.
He will be.
It might have already been.
Can we talk about how that's like the worst punishment? You solve a mystery and the creepiest guy ever takes you on a tour. The city alone.
I know.
Like what?
He was still trying to process the fact that his great uncle wanted him to have the
Henry's
poor
ending is
Henry.
both sad but happy.
Nothing more than an annoying family
Like it's too late, but I was loved.
Bruno couldn't care less about. Yet Bruno's request of Dr. Buford.
It's supposed to be a serious scene.
Yeah, it was
We're
like
way
team-
past it.
Segment
But
one, one.
Apparently,
But the scene where you go to the area and he's crying
Yeah.
right in front of the crypt and then runs off. I understand the seriousness of it, but it's need to make this animated because I'm always like me.
Swamp boat and has been scouring
Yeah.
the bayous ever since, kicking every log he comes
JCat
to
says, for
in
anyone
hopes of
keeping
finding
track,
the
every
journey
segment has
that
been
Crystal
alternating
Skull
wins
inside
between
him.
Team 1 and Team
But
2,
Ricky
and
has yet to
coincidentally,
turn
the
up.
even-numbered
Maybe
segments have
the
gone to
skull
Team
didn't
2,
agree
and the
with him.
odd-numbered
Maybe
segments to Team
swallowing it
1.
caused him to stop
Oh,
at
so you're
just
telling me
the
this
sound of
race
a
is
picked
fixed?
log with yummy
That's
sweet
what I'm
This
hearing.
whole relay is fixed. Sorry.
Yeah. We're marching towards the inevitable end of it coming to the tiebreaker of Gem and Yandema running Ran at late on Sunday night. It needs to happen.
Yeah, I was paid to throw Cap. Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine.
I'm kidding.
With the 2-second head start I gave you, nonetheless.
There was no saving that run.
Oh no, it's all right.
I
You still did really good. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
You should be proud of your run.
I spent so much time on the mastermind, which I ended up nailing, that I neglected other parts of the run. So yeah,
That's fair.
Because the last time I ran it, I had a panic attack during mastermind. So I was like, I will not have a panic attack during this speed run, and I did not. I did not have a panic attack. So that is
good.
Yeah,
So-
we love the wins.
All right, I'm gonna leave y'all because I'm gonna go practice the other game, so I'm ready.
Which game do you have?
But Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Oh, good
boy.
luck, and thanks for running.
The RNG hell.
Never in your favor.
Thank you. Good luck, Celeb. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you, JCat.
I love this moment. Why would you tell him that?
Yeah.
I'm best though, for real.
That's valid.
Like getting really caught up in the moment and then just exposing everything. Speaking of Ran, as we were talking about it earlier, Ran was disappointing for a number of reasons as a fan. Also because I remember when, unfortunately, the models came out for Bess and George, and everyone was like, "Oh."
Yeah. I will say, Shattered Medallion at least gave us a very good Bess and George.
Yes, they were good models. Yeah.
The Bess and Ash is very good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't mind the George and Ash either.
Yeah, I'd agree. Who's everyone's favorite Hardy Boys? This is controversial. I like Train Hardy Boys.
I'm pretty sure that's the general consensus.
Train Hardy Boys is absolutely the best, no question. It's not even a competition.
Yep.
I like Train Hardy Boys, but I still do like Creature of Kung Cave. I think they look so weird.
Ran is a mystery game with one suspect, and that makes it irredeemable no matter what to me. I mean, yeah.
Exactly, and Nancy spends so much time going, well, maybe it's these people who are clearly literally not even on the island, and it's just so annoying. It's like, it wouldn't even be that bad if, like, say, okay, we know this is the culprit, and we have to figure out why, and, like, we have to, trick him or something. But no, not only is there only one suspect, but we refuse to believe that they did it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's wild. Mid, yeah, I would say Mid is my second favorite. Kree is definitely bottom tier.
I don't acknowledge anything Her Interactive did past C, sorry.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people they like the
Sorry
Mid
about
Hardy
that.
Boys.
I acknowledge the character models of Joe and Frank. And
Alright, we're back at the crypt. I wonder if I make the joke this time, if it'll stick.
Oh no.
Salem isn't here to punish me.
Yeah, especially Joe looks very young.
Joe in Mid.
What?
That's the closest anybody has ever gotten me to consider playing that game in my life.
How did you say that? I can't unsee it.
Well, now you'll never unsee it because I just pinned it in the chat.
Hey.
Hang on, I gotta go look at a photo.
You Googling lesbian Joe.
No.
I'm kidding.
That's so accurate. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why did they look like Life is Strange characters? That's probably what they were trying to go for.
It probably was, yeah.
Yeah, probably actually.
They said, oh, but they forgot to take the lesbian out of it. Nancy's age is so weird because in some games, like, she's, I think, almost 19. And then, for example, in Warning at Waverly Academy, she's, I guess, supposed to be a senior in high school. Which, can we talk about how in every other game she doesn't have an alias? And then in that game she does, and then she never has one again.
Yeah, they act like teenagers are the only people who can look you up on social media.
Which she's also talking about a bunch of other teenagers.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, she's posing as a high schooler. It doesn't mean she actually is a high schooler. Like,
one of the worst.
18, 19, 20, and just look young and.
I mean, look at CW. You could be 30.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Very true.
Yeah, look at the Vampire Diaries. How long that went on.
Look at Pretty Little Liars.
That
yeah,
too.
right. Riverdale. They're all 30.
Yeah, what season are they up to on Riverdale now?
I think it
No,
ended.
it's ended. It ended.
Did it end? How many did they get out of it?
I don't know.
5, I want to
I'm
say.
curious.
I don't know.
5. I feel like it was
watched
4 or
that.
5.
I watched that because my friend basically tricked me into watching the first season, and I'm like, this is terrible, and now I can't stop.
Oh no, it was 7. Oh my gosh, it had 7 seasons.
See, that's another thing
wild.
where it's hard to tell her age because there's Punchy LaRue and Samantha Quick.
Right.
Yes, I mean Allison was that young, but she was basically dead in the show majority of the time. So what does it even matter?
She barely counted.
Yeah.
Didn't that actress like lie about her age too? To like,
I
get
think
the
she
audition,
did
and
as
then
well.
They,
Yeah.
like freaked out because they were like, "Wait, we can't have you doing some of this stuff. You're an actual child."
Mm-hmm. How poetic that the last thing was the infinity symbols. All right, I'll leave it at that. I like to believe that was just for me, Salem. Thank you.
We've made up a little bit of time since that we lost in the last segment, which is cool.
Nice.
We're still a little bit behind, but we did make some time.
Do we have a now mark of not only the segment points but the times between each teams? All right. Well.
Sorry. We have everyone's like individual times, and we do have a full running time for both teams. Yeah. Is that what you asked?
Do
Sorry.
we get to know, or is that only for the end?
Oh well, you guys will. I have been telling people their individual times, but we're not gonna share like the final time until the very end.
It's fine. I was gonna say it's probably for the best because I don't want that to make people feel pressured who are gonna run that they gotta do a certain amount.
Yeah, I don't want to know my time, by the way, so just delete it.
No, I will tell people. I will tell people their individual times, like if they really want to know. But
I have to put up timers for myself because otherwise I'm not gonna. It helps me during my runs.
I'm absolutely not putting a time up during mine because I will get way too nervous. I'm gonna have Twitch up so I can see the chat because I have so much dialogue in mine, but I'm gonna put my Discord literally over the screen so I can't see the timer and I can't see the other runner.
I can't have the stream up or the Discord up during my runs. Like I gotta just be narrowed in for myself.
That's fair.
And
2:12:23.
2:12:23. I repeat, 2:12. So
lovely. All right.
GG's to both teams, both runners for both games. It was fantastic.
Wait.
They were great runs.
Hold on. Okay, I might I could be tripping, so I might need one of the other admins to confirm this for me. I
Mhm.
think technically both of the runs were within a minute of an actual time, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, good.
Unless I
Great
totally
job,
put
great
something in
runs.
wrong.
I think that seems about right. Yeah, I
These were
think that
both a 108 something, it looks like.
Nice.
Which
Gee,
is
Gee to
Wow,
crazy.
players.
that's awesome.
yeah, like I said,
Did
it was
you
That's
take
Dr.
awesome.
Beast
That's
that caused the
awesome.
issue.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, we
Which
will
is not surprising.
we
No,
will
not at
I'll
all.
figure
It,
it out.
there's nothing
Yeah.
you can do.
dang. Alright, we will be right on back in just a couple minutes.